Have you ever told a little lie at the start of a relationship just to keep things smooth? Maybe you acted like you didn't care about commitment, you didn't care about birthdays, or even celebration of Valentine's Day. I recently watched a video by Julia Samuel where she responded to someone who downplayed Valentine's Day just to match her boyfriend's attitude. That got me thinking, how often do we suppress what we truly need, what we truly want, just to secure a relationship? And at what cost? Hi, I'm Madge Williams. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am diving into the lies we tell in love. Those little white lies, or even the bigger things we hide or downplay just to make sure we get into the relationship we want. But why do we do this? And how does it affect us in the long run? Here is Mary's question to Julia. She wrote, "When I first met my boyfriend, I would have done anything to impress him. So when he said he thought Valentine's Day was lame, I enthusiastically agreed. Trouble is, we've now been together for 6 years, and it's really getting on my nerves that he never does anything romantic on February 14. I know this problem is entirely my own making and super trivial, but how do I confess that I've been lying all this time? And on the back of that confession, encourage my boyfriend to be spontaneously romantic." Now let's break this down. 6 years later, she still can't admit how she really feels in her relationship. She is still lying to herself. She's still lying to herself by saying her needs are trivial. What she wants her boyfriend to do for her, that is trivial. This raises deeper question. What else is Mary hiding from her boyfriend? I have seen many people, especially women, downplay their needs, their wants, ignore the red flags, and pretend to be someone else that they are not. All for the sake of what? Just to keep a relationship. Here are some of the most common lies I hear women tell themselves. I'm okay with a casual relationship. For example, Kate said, "I once told someone I wasn't looking for anything serious when I actually wanted commitment. I thought if I played it cool, he would eventually change his mind. Spoiler alert, he didn't. And I was the one who got hurt." Another thing women say that I don't mind if he barely texts me. I understand he's busy. Have you ever had a partner who hardly texts, who hardly calls, and you convince yourself that you're fine with it? How can you be fine with something like that? Meanwhile, deep down you are always checking your phone every 5 minutes, hoping that he texts you or he phones you. Another thing I notice women do as well is making excuses for their partner. He cancels the plans that you've made with him. And he said, "Oh, because he's tied up with work. That's why he keeps canceling." Mary said here, "I once dated someone who constantly flaked on me, and I made excuses for him instead of admitting the truth. Wasted months waiting for effort that was never coming." Why do we lie to ourselves? The answer is simple. It is FEAR, fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear of being too much. "Oh, she's too much. She's a handful. I can't handle her." Fear of scaring them away. "I don't want them to go. I'll give them some time and they will see how nice I am." But girl, the truth is, if being honest about your needs, about what you want, will make someone leave you, they were never the right person for you in the first place. Instead of shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's life, start your relationship by saying who you are. If they're happy with it, then they're happy with it. Don't waste your time. Anything you love, for example, you like celebrating Valentine Day, let them know. From the onset, they could say, oh, I don't like something like this. Then you know where you stand. If you want a commitment going into the relationship, say it. Be bold. Say what you want. Yes, commitment is not that the person will see you that day and give you a ring. No. But are you going towards the same direction? Honestly, the right person will respect your truth. They will value you for being honest. They will not punish you for being honest. No. They will respect it. And if it's not in alignment with what they want, they go their way and it saves you the heartache. It saves you the stress, the pain in the long run. If you found yourself in this kind of predicament that you've said something just because you want that person to be in a relationship with you, there's still time to untangle yourself from that mess. You can start by first and foremost being honest. Yes, be honest. Don't over apologize. What you've done isn't a crime and you don't need a dramatic confession. And sometimes we get worried. How do I tell him? How you tell him is just to say to him, hey, whatever you call him, honey, sweetie, I realized I wasn't completely honest about how I feel about that particular thing. I thought it wasn't a big deal when I met you, but I've come to realize it actually matters to me. And I want to be upfront about it. I like you to know about it in a cool, quiet, loving, calculative manner. Make it a conversation, not a demand. For example, instead of saying, you have to do this for me now, try to say, I really like, or I would appreciate it if we do this together. Those are two different things. When you make it a conversation, you're inviting them into the solution to say, I really appreciate if we do this. The second thing to do is to acknowledge you held it back. It's okay to admit that fear played a role. That's why you were not upfront about it. You can say, I think I downplayed it because I don't want to seem needy or overbearing, but I don't want to pretend anymore. I want you to know that this is me. This is what I would really love. Honestly, most people will appreciate you and respect your honesty. Next thing you should do is to give them time and space to respond. The thing is, when you bring out things like this, some people might take a step back to think about it. It's okay. They need that space. But after they must have thought about it, they come back to you and discuss it. And anyone who loves and values you will take on board what you're saying. They will want you to be happy. They will want to make you happy. And if that thing you're saying, that it matters to you, they will take it on board. But someone who doesn't want to listen, who gets angry, who just pushes it away and dismisses it, that is a red flag. Falling in love literally alters your brain. Do you know that? Studies have shown that when we are in love, some part of the brain responds to addiction lights up. What this means is that love can make us act irrationally. Love can make us obsess over someone. Ignoring the red flags, you could be seeing what they're doing, but you choose to ignore it. You on your part will do whatever it is, whatever it takes to keep that person you've fallen in love around you. In some rare relationship, that in-love feelings last for years. But for most people, once the initial highs fades, the real work begins. And that is where honesty comes into the relationship. Love is not just a grand gesture. Love is about being valued, being seen, and being understood. That is what love is about. The truth is, relationships built on pretense don't last. It does not last. It's always better to be honest from the start, no matter how difficult or how isolated you might think your case will be. It's always better to be honest from the start. Thank you for watching today. Until next time, be honest, be yourself, and don't let fear shape your relationships. As always, God's blessings.